Hey guys, this is Ron with our weekly lesson, and by popular demand and your input, which frankly we need a lot more of, I was asked to tell me the fastest ways to make money in real estate, starting from scratch, as a beginner, not knowing much, and get me some money quickly. That was pretty much the question. So that's what I'm going to attempt to answer on this lesson, and I think it's probably a very important lesson, because I hear that question a lot, of course, and that's why a lot of people come to me. They want to get some money fast. We have people that definitely have that need right now, but then we have others that come to us because they want to build cash flow, and others who want to build wealth and retirement, but that certainly rises to the top. So let me get to the answering it right now. One of the ways that I've been teaching for a lot of years is to find a junker and flip it and bring in an investor who wants to pay $5,000 to $15,000 more than what you're paying for the junker. But between you and me, that no longer is number one on my list of the fastest ways to make money in real estate. Here's the problem with that. It's not really a problem, but here's one of the things that stop people from doing that. First, in order to tie up a junker today that's bank owned, you're going to need at least a $1,000 earnest money deposit, because that's about the least that a realtor is going to let you sign up the deal for. And all bank-owned properties are going to go through realtors. That in itself will stop a lot of folk coming in that do not have the capital to put up that deposit. And you should know that that deposit is at risk. Now, should that stop you from doing that business? No, absolutely not. We make about 10 to 15 offers a week through the MLS system, but you know, I can put up the $1,000 deposit. Now, you only need the deposit once the offer is accepted, but you are going to need it. You can't flip the property before you get the deposit, but you are going to need the deposit. Then there's a couple of other quirks in there. For example, you have to close in the name that is on the title, and I'd have to train you on that. We're not going to do that on this lesson, but anyway, there's an awful lot of folks making a lot of money wholesaling houses. Some make 7 figures annually doing nothing but wholesaling houses, but this video is about the easiest way. So let me tell you what I think the easiest way for you to make money today is, and that's our new ACTS program. ACTS stands for Assignment of Contracts and Terms. In fact, we just did a video with Scott Homer. If you haven't seen that yet, go find his name in the title of the video and hunt it down. You should have it right here on your membership site, but you should have gotten it in your weekly, but if you haven't, go find it, because I interviewed Scott Homer sitting right here at this table and showed you how he just made $7,500, or we just made, because he works for me, $7,500 on an ACTS deal just this week. ACTS is really nothing more than you getting a VA to call FSBOs, and if you can't do that, then you call them yourself, for sale by owners, write out a newspaper, right off the line, right off Craigslist, and you fill out property information sheet, which you have right on your membership site under Resources. Go to Resources and pull up the Control Without Ownership section under Forms and Agreements, and there you'll find the proper property information sheet to fill out. Now, I want you to get a VA to do it for you as fast as you can, a virtual assistant, so that they come to you on a regular basis. But I understand if you can't, they don't cost that much, but if that's a problem, then do it yourself. But the problem is you got to do quite a few of them. You can't call 3 FSBOs and wonder why the seas don't part and the Philistines come across. It don't work that way. You got to have a good flow of property information sheets coming across your desk so you can pick out the prospects out of that. And the easiest ones to work with right now are the people that are over leveraged. That means they owe more on their house than they're worth. So if you think about you being in that position, let's say you have a house that's worth $150 and you owe $170 on it. Well, what are your choices? Choice number 1, you can walk away and let it go into foreclosure. I wish some people are taking that choice. Choice number 2 is you can just live in it for a lot of years till the equity catches back up and make the payments. That's a choice, but remember, when people are advertising their houses for sale, that's not something they want to do, or they wouldn't be advertising it. Choice number 3, you can try to get it short sale. Well, good luck on that one. First, you got to find a realtor that'll list it. Second, you got to find a buyer. And then third, you got to get the bank to accept a discounted offer. A lot of short selling going on, but that's not my favorite exit strategy. And then, of course, there's number 4, which is this ACTS thing. Somebody like us comes in and says, lease the house to me for the loan balance at the time I purchase it. I will go out and locate and screen a tenant buyer who will make your payment for you on a long-term lease, giving it time for the equity to catch back up. And it's going to be a minimum of a 10-year lease. You will approve that tenant buyer, and then I will assign my lease to that buyer, and they'll start making payments to you. and then I'll collect whatever fee I can from that buyer, cost you absolutely nothing, Mr. Seller. That's not a hard pitch, ladies and gentlemen. When you're in that position, and in fact, if you go back and look at Scott's video, we've got 3 of those signed up this week alone. That's 3 this week. And I expect each one of those to produce somewhere between $3,000 and $7,000. And we're never going to take title. We don't get any loans. We don't do any repairs. We don't make any payments. We don't do any short sales. We have no closing costs because we never buy the property. So if someone were to ask me today, and I guess you just did, what's the fastest way to make money in real estate? I would say go do one of these axe deals, find someone that's over leveraged, agree to lease option it. In fact, I have a whole course on it. By now you've probably been exposed to my webinar called Control Without Ownership. If you haven't, be on the lookout for it, and it'll explain it all to you, and it'll offer you a great price on the end on the axe course by itself. And then now we've got it packaged with my 4-day event where we teach it live while we mix it with all of the other cool techniques that we use to buy and sell houses. My 4-day quick start school has got axe incorporated in it now. We've got a big old manual with all the scripts in it. So all this information is available to you. So yes, you will have to invest a little bit in your education, but I can tell you for a fact that's the best investment you're ever going to make right there. Go look at Scott's deal. $7,500 on one check, one time, one deal, and we don't have a penny in the deal. So I think that probably makes my case. How many of those could you stand per month, and how many of those would it take to get you out of any financial situation you're in right now, and in fact create a tremendous monthly cash flow, again with no risk whatsoever? So I hope that answers the question. In today's world, my #1 favorite choice is axe for a quick check without risk. See you soon.